Hello everyone and welcome to another Hallu Sees It video. Today I'm doing a solo playthrough of Snowfall over mountains. Recently just posted my full video review. If you'd like to check that out, I will put a link to that review in the description of this video. But thank you for checking this out. This is a fantastic game published by Pencil First. They do such a great job with the production value of all their games, and this is fantastic. So great solo game. We're gonna play it start to finish today. So let's go ahead and unbox this and set this up for a game. Great travel size too. So awesome. Let's go ahead and just remind ourselves what we're looking to accomplish. So we are going to score a bunch of different points for each of these types of scoring cards. There's a few of them. You can get like a little mini expansion. We'll shuffle those up and choose one of each of those to determine how we're going to get the majority of our points for this game. Available tools, we're going to shuffle this up. We are going to just do a normal game, so we're going to have 2 tools available for us to use. If we don't use them, we get score an additional point for each one. And we want to make sure that our trails, as you'll see, connect back to the cabin tile, or that will be a -3 points for each of those. All right, what type of score are we looking at? If we can get 76 or more, that would be amazing. I think I'll be happy if we get into the high 50s, though. Maybe we can break into the 60s with this. So with that, let's go ahead and set this up. Setup is pretty easy as well. Everything just fits nicely in the box here. Set those to the side. Got our cards here. Let's go ahead and determine what these are now. So we got our pond, tree. I do have the mini expansion cards shuffled in with these others. I believe it was just adds 1 additional in each of the types, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Another Winter's Day is the name of the expansion. We'll see if any of those cards come up, may or may not. And then, of course, we got the different tool cards. And so let's go ahead and shuffle these up. And we'll choose one of each. Set the other aside. So as you can see, the cards, they're small little size. But man, it just makes it very convenient. I love it doesn't take up a ton of table space. I mean, it is going to be for the, small size of this box, you might be a little amazed at the size of all the tiles when they're laid out, but just such a pleasant little game. Lots of fun. Great artwork. All right, so we have our 5 scoring cards set aside. See what those are here in a second. We're also going to shuffle the tool deck up and draw 3 of them, and we will choose 2. For a harder game, you can play with just 1 tool. So let's see what we get here. All right. All right, let's first take a look at our scoring tiles and see how we're going to score points this game. What we're looking for. So the pond card, we're going to scenic overlook. So you're going to score 4 points per pond. You can see the pond here in the middle. 4 points per pond adjacent to 4 or more different features. Bear, bush, pond, rabbit, or tree. So as long as they are on each of the 4 adjacent sides all different, we will score 4 points per pond. We'll set that over here. All right, in our trees, we're looking for a fair forest. It's going to score 1 point per tree in a column with no other trees in it. +3 if this is true for all trees. So we're going to score 1 point per tree. We don't want them to have other trees in the same column. And if that's true for all the trees, then we get a bonus 3 points. So we want to make sure we can try to do that. Bush. This is the twiggy expanse. We score 2 points per bush in your largest rectangle of bushes. So there's lots of bushes on the tiles, but we want to try to get a just massive bunch of them together. And we would get 2 points per bush in that rectangle. Alrighty. Rabbit. So thirsty trek. So we're going to score 3 points per pond adjacent to your longest rabbit path. So we'll have these little rabbit tracks show up, and we want to make sure that we have ponds next to that longest rabbit path. Score 3 for each one. And finally, the bear, Uncharted Acres. Score 2 points per square of bear tracks adjacent to an enclosed empty area. Oh, I don't think I've done this one yet. So it's 2 points per square of bear tracks adjacent to an enclosed empty area. All right, so enclosed empty area with a bunch of bear tracks around it is what we're looking for. All right. That'll be fun. These may be off the screen a little bit. May need to shift some stuff around as we play. Let's go ahead and take a look at our tools, our tool options here. We have a map. We can set aside your hand, draw 3 tiles, and play them in any order. Not too excited about that one, honestly. Snowshoes. Play a tile on top of any other tile or tiles except for the cabin tile. So normally you can't do that. It's not terrible. Might like that option. Or sled. Move and or rotate a previously place tile. That definitely I feel like I could see myself doing. So yeah, I think we'll take the sled and the snowshoes with us. That sounds like a good, some good tools to take with us on our trek through the snow-covered mountains, right? Let's put those down here. And again, hopefully we can not use them and we'll just get a couple of bonus points there. So the mini expansion, one of the tools allows you to place this single square one. But since we aren't playing with that, we'll set that to the side. And here's our cabin tile. It is double-sided. We'll just go ahead and kind of flip it up and see what side comes up. Hopefully the pond. Yes, the pond. I like it. Just because we have the rabbit associated with that pond. So, okay. Not bad. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and shuffle up these other tiles. I posted some videos previously of me shuffling these together. I like shuffling these tiles like this. I'm trying to think, probably the first time, maybe not the first time, but like King Domino tiles and things like that. I just really do enjoy kind of the nature of shuffling these tiles. I think are fun. So it's really not too hard. You know, you think of it as shuffling a deck of cards or something like that, but it's just the timing of it all. And, you know, it's not perfect, but it's actually quite soothing and enjoyable to do that. So, all right, good enough, right? So, again, really, there's lots of different objectives and ways to score points in this game. And so, but depending on the tiles and how they come up, it's you have to make decisions where you are maybe sacrificing one of the points for another, and hopefully you're able to play in such a way that you're not doing that a lot. So the final part of setup, after we shuffle these, we are going to remove 4 of these tiles without looking at them. And we're going to set those to the side or put them back in the box. All right. So we don't see all the tiles in every game. We'll set these off to the side and draw 2. And from there, we just are going to be placing these adjacent to another tile. Again, you can't overlap, you can't place, diagonally, but you don't have to match. So while I want to, there's an incentive, right? So if I do this, I'm kind of blocking this off right now, but I want to be able to have all these paths, I want to have all these paths lead back to this cabin tile path right here. So what do we have here? We have a pond and some bear tracks, but in tree, I don't know, I kind of like maybe something like that. Not terrible. We'll just not think too hard about it. And then draw a replacement tile. Obviously, at some point, we're going to run out of tiles to draw. We just continue to place until all the tiles have been laid, and then we'll see how we did. All right, so we have some rabbit tracks here with some bushes. So I like the bushes. We want to keep those together. We want a big gathering of them. Could also continue a bare path, maybe something like this. And we could get an opening maybe here. Get our paths going the other way. That's not a terrible idea. We could then maybe for the next one, go here, we get bushes, and we can work on maybe like a rectangle. It's not a bad idea. I think we'll do that. There's a path, so here's our first pond, which we want adjacent different things. I guess the path is not included in that, is it? No. Different features: bear, bush, pond, rabbit, or tree. So I guess the path wouldn't count for that, would it? Okay, well, I do like, again, the idea of maybe starting this. I don't really love that. I mean, we could start, that's not bad though. All right, let's do that. Okay. So I could continue. So this is where I'm saying, so I could continue making this rabbit path longer, which would be good. However, it ruins my rectangle that I was hoping to start here with the bushes. The pond itself would be adjacent to 2 bushes, so that pond wouldn't be scoring because we need them all different. So that's where it's like, oh man, the longest rabbit path by pond works great there, but otherwise it's not really helping with some of the other scoring options. So maybe we'll hold off on that. We do want to enclose 2 points per square of bear tracks adjacent to an enclosed empty area. I guess it could be 1 space long. And the bear tracks don't necessarily need to be a path. And let's see. And it would have to be adjacent to the enclosed. I guess in most of the terminologies here, adjacent is touching tile. So this bear tracks here on this tile would not score, I believe, as far as it's not adjacent to that empty space. Which is unfortunate. We need a longer empty space, right? We could do something like this. That's not bad. I guess it's not that it's repeat. It's adjacent to 4 or more different features. And this has 2. So I don't think that's bad. Maybe able to connect this back in. I don't know. Let's do it. Okay, got some more tracks. I mean, I could continue the track. Don't necessarily love that. Well, that's kind of stinks with this beginning pond, huh? Because with that tile, we're not gonna be able to score that. Well, I do kind of like the idea of at least getting the path going that way. I mean, we could get some more rabbit tracks going that way. Don't love. Oh, man. See, these are the difficult choices. Could have this path just go there, but then I'm giving up all those points that are trying to get with the bear tracks. Anyway, I think we'll just put that up there for now. Ooh, okay. We can could add this here, but I'm thinking this actually works really well here. Get our rectangle of bushes going. Continue that path. I like that. Again, we can move and or rotate a previously played tile if we wish, and we can also play on top of another tile, except for the cabin tile, if we want. Okay, so we drew this one. What do we got? So we have another path. So what I'm thinking, we got a couple bear tracks here, and this pond isn't going to be able to score me anything. So if we do something like this, maybe we can have another empty spot here. Get at least 4 points from that. Ooh. All right. Some more bear tracks. Be awesome if I could do that, but I can't. At least not yet. I do like the idea of putting that there, although putting it something like this continues this rectangle. I mean, I could continue it out this way. Maybe just have that. Maybe I like that. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, another tree. We haven't had a tree in a while, so we want to make sure that that's in a different column. Could just continue that. The path. Oh, the path. Very frustrating, that path. Could just go here. It kind of cuts off. Can't get that any bigger. What if we just leave ourselves open to some other empty spaces? It's not a bad idea. Looks like we're reaching the top of my screen here. We may adjust that in a moment. I think that's what I want to do. Keeps that tree in a different column. Continues the path. Leaves some more possible gaps to score bear tracks. Okay. So we got one bush. I have a path up here. I want to end that. Could continue with this. Quite a few more bear tracks as options. That's an interesting one. Kind of creating, you want to create these enclosed empty areas. So yeah, I mean, I kind of like that. Gonna need to enclose some of these though. And again, this is great tile. It could go there if we need to, or just continue on here. We'll see. We may just end up putting that there. Got some other options, so. All right, another tree. So we want a different column. Could go off this way. Oh, it pains me to have these these paths. Oh man, it's like in Sprawlopolis with the roads disconnected. I mean, I like the idea. Could just continue this way. That's 3 points though. You got to think through. If I place this, I'm getting 3 points for that. So they kind of cancel each other out. But again, I could do this. Oh, man. I think I want to do that. I can try to score bear stuff up there. Maybe down here still. Well, it pains me to do that, but I think that's what I want to do. Because later, I could actually do this. Oh, got a path, another path there. But... that kind of ends it. Don't want that either. I may end up doing that anyway. Maybe not the best. I don't know. Those are the tough choices. Tough choices. Another path. We need our tree in a different area. So that may end the bushes going this way with the rectangle, which I think is fine. Gives us some more path options to play off of, and maybe we can work to enclose some spaces and at least get a few more bushes. Yeah, I think I like that. All right. So another bush, another tree. Well, I want to keep my tree thing going. Keep the bushes going as well. I could enclose this. That's 2 points. But maybe I want it bigger to get a couple more. A tree, though. Could do this. Oh, I like the idea of the bush. I could do this. It's not terrible. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's do that. We'll keep that. Oh, another path. It's interesting. So if I continue the bunny path here, I can have that be next to the pond. Get -3, but it's not a terrible idea. Is it? Everyone's yelling at the screen. I gotta think of my pawn scoring. So with these pawns, having a gap next to them isn't very helpful, is it? That's interesting. I mean, I think I still like this here, even though it doesn't work real great. I mean, it adds to the pond, but maybe I got to be thinking about other things. Maybe we go there. Yeah. Hopefully everyone had a good winter. I'm ready for spring. I think it's been a good winter, but I'm ready for spring now. All right, so now we got more trail, which doesn't easily connect anything yet, plus a pond and a tree. Well, as much as it pains me, I think this one's gonna be rough. It's interesting. I could move this one. Would it be better there, though? It would be next to a pond, tree. Yeah, that doesn't really score pond. Oh, don't want to ruin my tree thing. Either one of these is great. I mean, I could go there. And then continue to build off that way. Maybe it could even connect. That's interesting. Let's do that because I think I can continue the bunny path, the rabbit path that way. So it may not be bad. Another tree here. And some bear tracks. So we could do something like this. I'm liking that. So let's do that. Adjacent here, that does have it enclosed. So now we're scoring some points for the bear finally. Got another tree. Oh man, how sad would it be if I mess up those trees without realizing it? So let's see. Getting lots of trees. Again, having the pond next to that is not great. That's interesting. I think I want to go here with this. Doesn't put the pond in a spot where it will score anything. But does continue this. We might be able to connect it up here. Yeah, let's do that. Continue the bunny trail along there. We do have a bush. So we could sneak the bush in here. I don't know how many, double bush tiles there are. That's pretty good. Do a 3x3. It's not bad. 18 points for the bush. What else could we do though? We could do this. So it doesn't do much for the bush. We're not adding to that, but it does make our bunny path longer. It does give us another enclosed space. I mean, we could go, we could do this. Let's see, you probably can't even see all that, huh? Oh my God, much higher. So not bad, right? So we can continue here, tracks. Oh, I like that. Okay, that's what we're doing. Getting close. A few more tiles. Let's see what else we have to work with. Got a path and a tree. Don't love that. So we got trees in all of these columns. The only tree don't have is that. So that's a bit rough. Maybe we can wait to place that one. This one could still go here. We need a bunny path coming this way. Man, I'm really not doing well with those pawns. It's like, can you make it up? Am I gonna make it up enough in other ways? We'll see. Well, got a tree here, so that I'd love to put this right here. But I feel like we need to continue the trees. We're gonna have to have another path going off here, which I don't love. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe. Now we don't score. It's 2 points per square of bear tracks that is adjacent to an enclosed empty area. So if I do end up enclosing this, it's not going to give me any more points from these because they are already scoring 2 points because they're adjacent. It's not like you score it twice. So yeah, that's actually not very helpful. All right, let's look over here on this side of things. Would it make sense to do something like this? Or this? Just trying to think, how can I score points? You got 4 or more different features. This pond is next to 1, 2, 3, 4, so that would score. This would be tree, rabbit tracks, bear tracks, pond. So that's not a bad spot. That path is going to stink, but I could at least continue off this way. Yeah, I think I like that. All right, do that. Oh, man, so many paths. There's no trees though, so we could do this. Like, how can we continue? Oh, I wanted to see if I could connect this, but that's not going to work, is it? All right. Do I really want to start another path? I really don't. We could. Ooh, what if we did something like that? Closes off that path. Tough choices here. Just gets me 2 points for that bear track. And avoid -3. But what if I did this though? Let's reword the rabbit scoring. 3 per pond adjacent to your longest rabbit path. So that would give me another point. Now it's interesting, the wording is adjacent. I mean, all of these, I believe, still count as they're next to the path. Maybe I'm playing that wrong, but that's the way I see it, is it could be in an adjacent tile or on the same tile. I'll have to look that up later. That's how I'm going to play it, though. I don't know. That seems to make sense to me, but... Oh, I don't know. I think we're just going to go there. Okay. So I can continue this. Path. Need to enclose some more spaces, but those tree tiles keep coming up. Man. Gonna end up putting that there. It's not a terrible thing. So many trees. Makes sense, we're in the mountains, right? But I need a bush not attached to a tree without a path would be great. Oh, sigh. What if we did this, though? It's not a terrible idea, right? This has bunny tracks, and it's next to... It's so hard. I need to re-look this up. I've played this a few times, but this adjacency thing, I have to clarify on that. Because I'm thinking of these pawns too, right? They score 4 points per pawn adjacent to 4 or more different features. What if the feature is on the same pawn tile? It's adjacent to the pawn, but it's not adjacent to the square that the pawn is on. Let me quickly look this up here and see if there's any. Let's see. So, bear. Oh, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's an expansion one. Let me look at the pond here as an example. Those are rules here. So it says the scenic overlook. Adjacent to 4 or more different features. Let's take a look at the brown. This pond is adjacent to only 3 different features. Bear, rabbit, tree. Oh, it's not going to help me, is it? This pond is adjacent to 4 different features. It's got the bear, the bush, the bear, the pond, and rabbit. But rabbit's also on that one. Okay, let's look at the rabbit. See if that helps me gain some clarification. Thirsty Trek. All right, let's see if this helps me. 3 points for 1 pond adjacent to the longest. Okay, that one does help me. So this says it's going to score 3 points for 1 pond adjacent to the longest path. The longest path is here. The rabbit is on the same one. So I think adjacency generally is the same. Trail is not a feature. Features on the same square or orthogonally adjacent squares are adjacent. Excellent. That's what I needed, right? A square located orthogonally next to another square is adjacent to that square. Diagonal squares are not adjacent. Perfect. Okay, so we're good there. Heavens, what was I doing? Sorry about that sidetrack there, folks. Oh, these trees. Is the 3 extra points worth it? I'm running low here. Where did I put my last tile? I put it over here, didn't I? Which is fine, because it's going to score the pond. Whereas I only had 1, 2, 3 features before. Now I have 4. So I think we're good. I think we're good there. Let's see, we're running out of tiles. So there's another bush. However, it has a path, which I don't love. No tree though. I mean, I could start trying to close this off. Can't. Could go here. What does that really buy me? Not much. I'm telling you, these paths, they're rough. I already have -6 points. Brutal. So like, there's another -3. I only get, and I would get, technically, this would score now, right? These, all of these. So I'm getting 6, losing 3. It's a net 3 points. I don't know what the right move is, but I think that's what we'll do. I'm not scoring a lot of points, and I didn't get my bunny path up that way. I could go here, which would give it to me, but then I got a tree in that column. Oh, geez. Well, let's do that. Don't love it, but of course. Of course. So I couldn't close this space. Continue that path. It's not terrible. I get 3 points per pond. Like, it's just not worth the bonus points. It's like, I want to score those ponds. I think I'm gonna have to do it. The last one. Let's just do it. It's unfortunate. But it does score that pond. I think that's a good move. Can we see most of the board? I think so. The end here. All right. So now let's go ahead and add up the points here. I should have grabbed some paper before. Usually I use my phone, which is currently recording this. So let me grab that real quick. Okay, so could you pause it? Tally up all the points for me. All right, let's do this methodically here. Pond. What are we scoring for our ponds? 4 points per pond adjacent to 4 or more different features. So this pond here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's definitely scores. This one here, we have rabbit and bear tracks and a pond. Oh, that one does not score. So we got 1 so far. This one does, right? We have a bush, a pond, rabbit, and bear. This one, we have a bush, bear, tree, pond. So that one scores. That one scores. 1, 2, 3. This one, we have rabbit, tree, rabbit, tree, tree. That's only 3. Oh, stink. All right, that's fine. That was a score. 1. That one doesn't score either. We only scored 3 pawns, which isn't great. So 12 points. Trees. Almost got away with getting the +3, but 1 per tree in a column with no other trees in it. So this is the only one that did. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for trees. Bushes. Bushes, we got a rectangle here, which ended up being a square. We got 3 by 3, which is 9 times 2, 18. We have rabbit. For rabbit, we are scoring 3 per pond adjacent to the longest rabbit. So make sure we didn't mess ourselves up. Yeah, this is definitely the longest rabbit trail. And we score 3 per pond adjacent to that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thirsty little rabbits. That is excellent. We got 15 off that one. So that's good. Bears. Okay, did not do as much as I wanted, but it's 2 per bear track adjacent to an enclosed empty area. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then over here we have 5, 6, 7, 8. So times 2 is 16. We did not use our tools. And honestly, some of the tools are really cool and probably can be very helpful. Oftentimes I don't use them though. So interesting. But get 2 points for unused tools. And now the paths. So any paths not leading back to the cabin. So we got these long paths, all are good. We have 1, 2, and 3. Do not go back. And so we are -3 for each of those. So -9. All right. Let's total this up. So 23, 38, and 41 is 56, 60, 72, 74 minus 9 takes us to 65. Hey, look at that. That is not terrible. Not a terrible score. 65. Looking at our Wanderlust table here. 65. Oh, we almost made it to Experienced Explorer. So we are on the high end of a Cozy Sightseer, which I'm very happy with. Very happy with that score, actually. 65 is pretty darn good. We almost made it into that next category. Again, some very difficult choices here. There could have been possibly some things we could have done with our tools to bump that up a little bit more, but I'm pretty pleased with how things turned out here. I really like the different scoring tiles that we had come up. You know, there was definitely some synergy here possible with the pawns and the rabbit. That got us quite a bit of points. Looking at this, I mean, but yeah, I mean, we got quite a bit of points from everything, honestly. So yeah, not bad. Lots of fun. Again, it's that balance of, well, does it make sense to start another path? And yes, you may not have all the paths go back to the cabin. However, if you can at least make those paths so you don't have just the idea, right, that you can put them down willy-nilly and you know, end up with what you need. You have to, it makes some very difficult decisions as you go through that. So hopefully you enjoyed this playthrough of Snowfall over Mountains. Thanks so much for watching. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, please put them in the chat below. What's your highest score on Snowfall over Mountains? This, I think, may be one of my highest scores. I'll have to check the app and put a comment in the video on some of my other scores. But thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. That is how Lou sees it.